Right now at 7, we break down why a government shutdown may be coming and why the Senate Democrats and the Trump administration remain at impasse over DHS funding.
Tyler's tent city is being cleared, leaving the unhoused to relocate and rebuild. But for some, starting over isn't easy. Details on that story coming up.
And her fast action made all the difference. How a young East Texas woman drew on past training to help a stranger in danger.
We got some patchy fog in some parts of the area, along with some warm temperatures into this afternoon. We'll take a look at all the details coming up in your forecast. So stay right there because Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus starts right now.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
7:04 this morning. Good morning, y'all. Thanks so much for staying with us here on CBS 19 Plus. I'm Jesus Martinez.
And I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks for starting your morning with us. It is Friday, the 13th. But it feels more like it should be Valentine's Day. This is the nice day, the one that's calm and kind of easy breezy. And then Valentine's Day, we're going to shake things up.
Right. It's
some fireworks, if you will.
It's all wrong, isn't it? Yeah,
Right.
man.
It's opposite day.
It's, oh boy. We're adding that in there too.
We're adding everything today.
Okay, wow. It's Friday the 13th, everybody. All right. Weather-wise, we're not looking too bad for this Friday the 13th. We got a ridge of high pressure overhead. We got a little bit more cloud cover for today, and a little bit of fog in some parts of the area that we're going to be watching for. And then off to the west, we have this upper level low pressure area that's going to be swinging through, and that is going to give us our next shot for some heavy thunderstorms. Here's a look at current visibilities. They have really dropped at this point across deep East Texas. 1 mile visibility in Palestine, down to 3/4 mile visibilities in Lufkin, and just a little over 2, if not just at 2 for Crockett and Groveton. So that fog is starting to move its way further to the north. I do expect it to continue to do so into the rest of this morning. Just kind of a little bit of a mix of clouds for this morning at the moment. Upper 40s, low 50s, even close to 60 in Jacksonville, Palestine, and even Crockett as well. Those temperatures for the afternoon will climb to the middle to upper 70s. We'll continue to hold on to that cloud cover ahead of our next system. Coming in tomorrow, a 100% chance of thunderstorms. We'll take a look at all the details coming up.
Thank you, Joel. Smith County is mourning the loss of a trailblazing leader. Former Precinct 1 Judge Quincy Beavers Jr. has passed away. Beavers made history as the first African-American judge in Smith County, serving the community for nearly 3 decades. The office of the current Precinct 1 Judge, Derek Choice, confirmed the news, calling Beavers a trailblazer whose legacy was defined by service, dedication, and leadership. In a statement, Choice said that Beavers' impact will be felt for generations and offered prayers for comfort and strength for the Beavers family during this time of loss. Beavers resigned from his post in 2022 due to health concerns. An investigator that is with the NTSB is expected to be on the scene today following the deadly plane crash in Henderson County. A
nationally recognized flight instructor and his wife were killed in that crash. Ron and Barbara Timmermans took off in Nacogdoches but went down shortly after New Murchison in Henderson County. The FAA says the Timmermans declared an emergency because oil was on the windshield. Now, they tried to land but hit the power lines and crashed. The couple owned a Florida-based aviation company as well. The recent clearing of a homeless encampment known as Tent City just north of downtown Tyler has forced dozens to find a new place to stay. Our Jimmy Searfoss spoke with one man now rebuilding after that move.
The top of downtown Tyler overlooks what's left of Tent City, a place many of the unhoused in Tyler called home.
Down in those woods, I think maybe 25 to 30 minimum.
The owner of the land and nearby railroad, Union Pacific, deemed the settlement unsafe. So the company took action, posting signs throughout Tent City over the past month warning people to vacate, as they will be bulldozing the land of any remaining settlements. For Michael Adams, it meant relocating and rebuilding.
We've been told as long as we're between these 2 pillars on the end, we shall be fine. And just having to up and move, it wasn't just like on instant, we had wood to go build things. For most of us, it took us a few months to get those materials. And now with this happening, we had to grab what was important to us, and everything else was like a complete loss for all of us.
Shauna Yates with the Tyler Street Team works with those impacted.
We look them in the eye, we know their names, we hear their stories.
And they do what they can to help where they can.
They can go to Salvation Army, they can go to Highway 80 in Longview. Part of what we do is provide transportation to family or to a better shelter or to a recovery program.
But shelters aren't always the best option for everybody, especially for Michael.
The environment and the people they let in and like the guidelines are not always as followed. And for me personally, bundled up in a room with a bunch of random people I don't really know sends me into like a fury of my past trauma.
And while his tent is set up now, there's no guarantee that the 2 pillars will be his home for even the near future.
Well, the options for those who are displaced is you're going to have to go and find another place that is also probably someone else's property. The moving of the camps, it's not a new thing. You can't let 100 people all camp in one area and the trash piles up and some crime starts to happen.
And while Michael was able to move on and rebuild, others did not take the relocation as well.
I woke up to explosions happening, and it was like a bunch of random spread out fires. Me personally, I didn't witness who set the fires. They said it's most likely retaliation against the railroad company for their actions of bulldozing our camping area.
The next day, 3 small fires broke out just a few hundred yards from Michael's camp.
I'm guessing they smothered back into another fire. They successfully put it out last night, especially with all the embers and how much permanent shelters all of us had out here.
One of the realities he faces every day, living under the tires of those living in the Rose City. Jimmy Searfoss, CBS 19.
It is 7:09 and time for your morning headlines. The FBI has released new information about the armed and masked individual who stood on Nancy Guthrie's doorstep on the night she was abducted, now referring to that person as a suspect. Authorities describe the masked figure as a man approximately 5'9" or 5'10", with an average build. The FBI also increased its reward to $100,000 for information leading to the location of Nancy Guthrie or the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in her disappearance. The Senate failed to advance a measure to fund the Department of Homeland Security, likely setting the stage for another partial government shutdown, unless a last-minute deal is reached. In a 52-47 vote, all but one Democrat opposed moving forward with the bill, which would have funded DHS through September. Democratic lawmakers say future DHS funding is dependent on the implementation of ICE reforms. A DHS shutdown will impact the TSA, Coast Guard, and FEMA. President Trump's border czar Tom Homan announced Operation Metro Surge in Minnesota is winding down. Federal agents are being withdrawn right now, with a small federal presence remaining to close out operations. The 10-week immigration enforcement push drove thousands of arrests, but also sparked widespread protests, clashes, and 2 fatal shootings of U.S. citizens by federal officers. Incidents that made this one of the most controversial federal deployments in recent memory. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry said it's time for a great comeback as the state moves past the crisis. And if you have a baby at home, listen up this morning. Cheer Kid baby bath seats from Bobby Baby are being recalled because the seats can tip over, creating a dangerous drowning risk. They were sold nationwide on Amazon last September. You're urged to stop using them immediately and return them for a full refund.
All right, 7:11 now. A young East Texas woman is being called a hero after jumping into action during a medical emergency in Dallas. Her quick thinking and training from high school may have saved this man's life. I spoke to her mom, and the teacher that taught her this life-saving skill. This video has been shared across social media. A young woman performing CPR on a man in Dallas.
So I just kept doing CPR until the EMTs arrived.
That young woman just so happens to be Emma Dilly from East Texas.
We talk every day and we text every day.
So when Emma's mom got a phone call from her,
she was very overly excited, and I actually thought that something was wrong.
And in a way, something was wrong.
So I got out and asked a bystander what happened. And
a man had suffered an asthma attack Tuesday night and collapsed. That's when Emma jumped out of the car to help.
And he had a pulse, but it was just very faint, but he wasn't breathing at all.
One of the man's friends had started CPR but didn't feel comfortable continuing.
And I'm like, I'm certified and licensed. I took all these classes in high school.
That night, Emma used her CPR skills. It was the very first time she'd had to use them in the real world. The same skills she learned here at Lindell High School.
Emma was an awesome student. It wasn't hard to teach her.
Nicole Hone was one of MS Health Science teachers.
And then you're just going to give compressions at 100 beats per minute and as hard as you can.
She says she's proud her student was able to help save a life and hopes more people can get certified in CPR.
Have to watch certain videos, and then they also have to do the hands-on portion of the compressions and breaths on mannequins.
Without them, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I do not think I would be as prepared as I was.
A reminder that you never know when you might be someone's only chance.
It really is a God thing that I was just happened to be driving around.
In Lindale, I'm Jesus Martinez. Well, Emma's in her second semester at Dallas Baptist University as a freshman, and she's studying to be a NICU doctor.
Well, most teens aren't getting enough sleep, but new research shows more rest could actually help them move more. Find out how, coming up.
All right, 7:15 this morning. Welcome back. Stephen F. Austin State University officially has a new police chief, though. For many on campus, he's already a familiar face. After serving as interim chief since September, Michael Funk has now been formally appointed chief of police at SFA. Chief Funk brings more than 20 years of law enforcement experience to the position, including years working within the University of Texas system. He's also a U.S. Marine Corps veteran and says his leadership style is rooted in accountability, transparency, and community policing. Chief Funk says his top priority is building trust, not just by responding when something goes wrong, but being visible, accessible, and proactive on campus.
We are constantly working with local community partners, working with other departments here on campus. Safety isn't just in our hands, it's everybody. We all look out for each other, and we ensure from day one of any employee starting here or any student coming here that safety is that priority. And it's hard to come to campus and work or come to campus and learn if you do not feel safe.
University leaders say his experience and approach make him the right fit at SFA as it continues to prioritize campus safety.
Well, it's no secret that sleep and exercise both played a huge role in being healthy. But for teens, both can help growth, brain development, and good mental health. Mandy Gaither talks about how adequate sleep can help teens move more.
It's a rising problem. Around 77% of high schoolers reported insufficient sleep on a CDC survey. While sleep is an important pillar of health and well-being, a new study finds it's also closely connected to another critical component: exercise.
There's a common fear that if teens sleep more, there will be less time for them to be active, and our results really suggest the opposite.
Kayla Johnson with the University of Minnesota School of Public Health is lead author of the research, which found that sleep is the foundation of physical activity, and if a teen can get sufficient sleep, it will likely help them to move more.
The kids that are sleeping more are also the kids that are spending less time sitting around on the couch.
8 to 10 hours of sleep each day is recommended for teens ages 13 to 18. To help them get adequate sleep, Johnson says we need to stop fighting teen body clocks.
Well, a lot of parents and teens don't realize that There is a biological shift that occurs in the early teen years, which delay the internal signals that make you tired. And this makes going to bed before 10 or 11 p.m. extremely difficult for teens.
Johnson says teens who are more in line with their biological clock and go to sleep a little later are also the ones who move more throughout the day. She says changes need to be made at school and home to support sufficient sleep.
Making sure that everyone knows how much sleep they actually need and supporting them in having a regular sleep schedule.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, whether you have a sweet tooth or not, Valentine's Day wouldn't be complete without some candy, right? From heart-shaped chocolates to the sweet treats in every color. You know, we're going either classics or, the new one. So we want to know, what candy is the real MVP of Valentine's Day?
You're gonna go like some sort of like Reese's Pieces.
Me?
Heart. Isn't that you? Don't you like those?
They're okay. I was thinking more of the Brock's candy.
Oh, they're like the candy hearts?
Yeah, the candy hearts.
I like to read them.
I like to read and eat them.
And in the words of Forrest Gump, a box of chocolates.
Chocolates are good.
I knew he was going with chocolate. For me, I like what nobody else likes. Like whenever you get the heart-shaped box, I always wanted the one with the coconut inside.
Oh.
Like chocolate covered coconut. I know, I just told you no one else likes it but me.
Yeah.
I did taste one
okay.
last night.
I think it's good.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah.
Okay, good. Someone else agrees with me.
Yeah, I like it.
Last night I had to do a taste test. Hampton brought me one of the chocolates from her box. I was like, really? I'm trying not to do this. But I taste tested it. I guessed wrong. She wanted me to guess what it was.
You didn't eat it. You tasted it.
I didn't eat the whole thing. It was just a bite. I got it wrong though. It was. Oh, what was it? I forgot now. I'm sorry. It was good.
It was one of the twos, real quick.
Something
Lisa.
good.
It was a truffle. Sorry.
Truffle. There we go. Lisa's saying the red heart with the little cream-filled chocolates. Those are good too. And I didn't know they make these, JJ. The Sour Patch Kids hearts.
Oh, yum. I always love a Sour Patch.
Cool.
Oh, now we're getting hungry. It wouldn't be a show without food.
All right, some fog to deal with out there this morning for some of us.
Yeah, we're watching the fog is rolling up. It's over deep East Texas. It's going to start to move in a little bit further to the north. So that's something that you'll have to kind of keep in mind if you're heading out this morning. But so far, I-20, no delays. 2 hours over to Dallas and an hour and 30 minutes over to Shreveport. So you are good to go there. You're also good to go on US 69. 2.5 hours up to Denison with an hour and 30 minutes down into Lufkin. 55 minutes from Jacksonville to Nacogdoches, as well as Tyler to Palestine. 40 minutes from Tyler to Longview, and up to 45 minutes at this point from Tyler to Athens. Roadways not looking too bad. Weather not too bad either as far as our CBS19 live radar goes. Just a few clouds overhead, but closer to the surface, of course. There's the fog across deep East Texas, extending from Palestine all the way through Nacogdoches Center. And a little bit further to the south, we got 3/4-mile visibilities in Lufkin at the moment, 2-mile visibilities in Crockett. The fog will continue to lift further to the north, and we'll see that visibility drop to at least less than 1/4 mile at times. So yellows for this morning and then greens for the afternoon. Shouldn't be too bad. Upper 70s with mostly cloudy skies. All right, let's take it over to sports.
It's time for CBS 19 Sports.
Well, hello and welcome to sports. I'm Jimmy Searfoss. We're glad you're with us because coming into last night, the UT Tyler Patriots were riding a 3-game losing streak. But when you play in front of who I'm about to show you, losing ain't an option. Let's go out to Harrington Patriots Center in Tyler, Texas. The Cameron University Aggies are in town. And would you look who else is in town? It's a founding father. Can you believe that? It was blue night, so Patriots were in full force. Patriots were also trying to lose this ball game early. Turnovers were a problem. Needed to get something going. Luckily, Sam Emfinger was on the floor working off of one leg there for the floater. Yellow dominated the opening minutes, just making things happen off the dribble. Dallas Arzante there with a soft touch. Sam Phipps working against them, working them back into this ball game, though. Just one dribble there. He had almost reached in and put the ball in the circle on that one. He did get a little work after that, though. The man catches him jumping, takes advantage. This one ends at the rim. Aggies up early. It wasn't from lack of trying for the Patriots, but they just straight up did not take any shots or make any shots from outside of that paint. In the early minute was enough, though. UT Tyler ends their 3-game losing streak. In front of the founding father, they take it 62-56.
CBS 19 Sports Player of the Week, sponsored by East Texas Professional Credit Union.
Well, Hawkins has quietly been one of the most dominant teams in East Texas basketball this season with a record of 25-6, including a perfect 10-0 district record. And that engine that runs that high-powered offense is our Player of the Week.
Hawks junior Eli Smith has been on a tear down the stretch for Hawkins hoops, and the recipe for his and his team's success is pretty simple.
I think just teamwork mainly. You move the ball finds you again, you shoot the shot.
If only it were so easy, but for Hawkins, it really is. The Hawks have been a consistently dominant regular season team throughout Smith's time with the program, but they've routinely fallen short in the playoffs. However, the point guard says that team-first mentality is what gives him confidence his squad can make some noise come this postseason.
We move the ball around more, get more open shots, take our time on offense, play better defense.
Smith loves to talk about what the team accomplishes together, but we got to mention what the junior's done individually lately, namely a 34.7 rebound, 7 assist performance against Harleton. And when you can do so many things with the ball in your hands, it can be tough to decide on a favorite way to impact the game.
I take a lot of pride because a pass can get anybody hyped if it's cool. Maybe if it's just in a playoff game, your first pass, get the first bucket of the game.
If you could only pick one between a highlight scoring play or a highlight assist, which one are you taking?
I'm gonna have to take the assist. Don't only get me hyped, it gets everybody else hyped.
Standing at about 6'1", Smith's got a more advanced build than your average two-way point. He uses that frame to lay the foundation for what the Hawks do on the offensive side of the ball.
He's been playing point guard for all of his life, so he does a really good job from that standpoint. He can shoot the ball, he can pass the ball, he's a penetrator, he's strong, and then we have a lot of other good players around him. And it kind of just feeds off itself as far as everybody sharing and giving up some of their individual stats.
These guys don't care about individual stats, and they don't care a ton about regular season success either, because they've been there, they've done that. There's just one thing on the Hawks' minds as the regular season wraps up.
I just want to get a ring at the end of the day.
Well, I'm not sure if any of you guys know this, but the people that run the Rangers are actually really, really tall. This is Skip Schumacher. He's the Rangers' new manager. He's 5'10". That's not necessarily short, right? But this is Chris Young here, former pitcher. He's also the Rangers president. 6'10". Look at this guy. And then over here, Ross Festermaker, Rangers general manager. He's 6'4". And the average height of the top of the Rangers just got even taller. He's 6'6". Detroit Pistons guard Cade Cunningham, he reportedly bought a minority stake in the team yesterday. Cunningham is from Arlington, Texas, where the Rangers play. He's even tossed out a first pitch before. Imagine getting called into that front office with all those guys. Hey, if you were looking to buy a stake in the Mavs, though, not happening. The Dumont and Adelson families say they are shutting down rumors of anyone buying or rebuying the team. Well, there goes my weekend. That's all I got for you. Morning, y'all.
All right, we're about to step away for a quick moment while we break in to do our over-the-air broadcast with a quick news update.
Stay with us. We'll be right back here on CBS 19 Plus. Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon.
And I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us for this news update. Well, the recent removal of homeless camps known as Tent City just north of downtown Tyler has displaced dozens, forcing them to find other places to stay. Union Pacific, the landowner, said the area is unsafe and is in the process of removing remaining structures. Now, signs were posted over the past month warning people to vacate, and local organizations are helping with relocation, offering transportation to shelters or other temporary arrangements.
Part of what we do is provide transportation to family or to a better shelter or to a recovery program.
Well, the shelters are available. Not all affected choose to leave them, or to use them, that is, leaving multiple options for relocation and support as the area is cleared.
Documents recently released reveal that 3 Gladewater police officers were disciplined for mishandling a July 2025 lake house party involving multiple juveniles. The officers reported feeling outnumbered while responding to the party on July 19th on East Lake Drive. The home was for sale and was not occupied by its owner. A Gladewater police sergeant received a written reprimand for failing to direct officers to establish control of that residence. 2 officers received 3-day suspensions for failing to fully investigate the party and for failing to take appropriate action when juveniles and alcohol were involved in an incident. Stephen F. Austin State University officially has a new police chief, though for many on campus, he is already a familiar face. After serving as interim since September, Michael Funk has now been appointed chief of police at SFA. Chief Funk brings more than 20 years of law enforcement experience to that position, including years working within the University of Texas system. He's also a U.S. Marine Corps veteran and says his leadership style is rooted in accountability, transparency, and community policing. Chief Funk says that his top priority is building trust, not just by responding when something goes wrong, but by being visible, accessible, and proactive on campus.
All right, let's get checking that forecast now with Joel. Fog is slowly creeping in this morning.
Yeah, we got a little bit of fog creeping in and a little bit more cloud cover as well. We'll continue to see an increase in that clouds for the rest of the day. Temperatures inching their way into the upper 70s and even low 80s could also be a possibility with a couple of stray sprinkles. But otherwise, we're going to be mainly dry and just cloudy, and this is going to be ahead of our next system, which will be moving in. By the time we get around noon tomorrow, we've got some heavy thunderstorms knocking on our door in some of our north and western counties. It'll be in our central parts of the area by around 3 o'clock, and by dinner time into deep East Texas, from Crockett all the way to Center. Some very heavy thunderstorms with some flash flooding possible. Could also have a potential for maybe some gusty winds in there as well. 60-mile-per-hour winds. It's a very low-end chance. Another round of thunderstorms comes through. A little bit weaker around 11 o'clock at night, and we should be all set by the time we get to Sunday. Highs in the middle to upper 60s. Then after that, temperatures will be rebounding and conditions will be really improving from there. Temperatures crawling to the upper 70s to low 80s.
.31 now. Welcome back to Morning Y'all here on CBS 19 Plus.
This is what's coming up in our second half hour. The FBI releasing new details on the masked suspect in Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. And search efforts continue as the community prays for her safe return.
And they've been singing together for decades, but their love story goes way, way back. Coming up, we share their love story and the key to a long, happy marriage.
And as thunderstorms begin to develop across the area for tomorrow, there does exist a small severe weather chance for tomorrow. We'll take a look at all the details and the timing coming up later this half hour.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Good Friday morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon.
And I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for staying with us here on CBS 19 Plus.
Well, it has been nearly 2 weeks since the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie was reported missing. The FBI has doubled the reward to $100,000 for any information leading to the return of Nancy Guthrie or the arrest of anyone involved in her disappearance.
And for the first time, authorities have also released a detailed profile of the person they're calling a suspect in this case as the search for answers continues. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has more.
The FBI has released a more detailed description of the masked person seen on Nancy Guthrie's doorbell camera from the night she disappeared. The Bureau says the suspect is male, 5'9" or 5'10" with an average build. The FBI also says he was wearing a black 25-liter Ozark Trail hiker pack backpack like the one seen here. FBI teams continue scouring the neighborhood for clues. Investigators temporarily put up a white tent at the entrance of Nancy Guthrie's house Thursday, and a source also tells CBS News black gloves found during the search have been sent for DNA testing. Meanwhile, investigators are asking neighbors to recheck their security cameras, expanding the time frame to include the days before and after the 84-year-old disappeared.
The offender had to do some kind of a recon.
Retired FBI profiler Mary Ellen O'Toole says she believes the suspect may have been in the neighborhood before Guthrie went missing.
It does not necessarily mean he's going to stand out like some strange guy that is frightening to people, but rather would blend in so that he doesn't generate a lot of concern.
Today Show host Savannah Guthrie posted childhood videos on social media Thursday with the message, "Our lovely mom, we will never give up on her. Thank you for your prayers and hope." Flower tributes are growing outside Nancy Guthrie's home as the efforts to bring her back stretch into a 13th day. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And at last check, the FBI says it has received more than 13,000 tips in this case. Anyone with information that could help in this investigation is encouraged to call the tip line set up by the FBI or the Pima County Sheriff's Department.
Now to Washington this morning, parts of the government could be frozen amid a standoff over ICE. Senate Democrats are refusing to fund the Department of Homeland Security unless new rules are put in place, including restrictions on agents wearing masks and tighter warrant requirements. White House officials warn a shutdown would impact the TSA, Coast Guard, and FEMA, while Democrats blocked a last-minute funding proposal on Thursday. In California, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem focused on the administration's plan to put more resources at the southern border and hire thousands more Border Patrol officers. While at the same time, President Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, says the federal immigration enforcement surge in Minnesota is coming to an end.
Today, the men and women of the Department of Homeland Security are on the front lines of the fight against the cartels and the drugs poisoning our country.
Minnesota officials testified on Capitol Hill yesterday during the debate over DHS funding. Current funding is set to expire at midnight. A partial shutdown on Saturday could last some time due to lawmakers leaving Washington for a week-long recess.
President Donald Trump has pardoned 5 former NFL players, including former Cowboy Nate Newton. All 5 were pardoned for crimes ranging from perjury to drug trafficking. Among the other are Joe Klecko, Jamal Lewis, Travis Henry, and the late Billy Cannon. Newton was sentenced to 30 months in prison back in 2002 on federal drug trafficking charges. He won 3 Super Bowls with the team. The White House has not said why Trump and avid sports fan pardoned the players.
Documents recently released reveal 3 Gladewater police officers were disciplined for mishandling a July 2025 lake house party involving multiple juveniles. The officers reported feeling outnumbered while responding to the party on July 19th on East Lake Drive. The home was for sale and was not occupied by its owner. A Gladewater police sergeant received a written reprimand for failing to direct officers to establish control of the residence. 2 officers received 3-day suspensions for failing to fully investigate the party and failing to take appropriate action when juveniles and alcohol are involved in an incident.
7:36 now. Southern Methodist University police are searching for a missing 21-year-old student. Now, this is a picture you're about to see. This is Brianna Arango. She was reported missing yesterday and was last seen on campus around 12:30 in the afternoon wearing a white t-shirt, blue sweatpants, and carrying a beige tote bag. Her family called police around 3:30 saying they were supposed to meet up with her yesterday afternoon, but she never showed up. Authorities are asking for help in locating her. Anyone with information should call SMU police.
Doctors are treating 3 contract workers who suffered burns at the ExxonMobil plant in downtown Beaumont. The call came in around 9:45 last night. District Chief Scott Wheat with Beaumont Fire and Rescue says 3 workers suffered burns. Crews prepared to set up a landing zone for a medical helicopter, but heavy fog prevented it from flying. The patients were instead taken by ambulance to a local hospital. As of now, information on their conditions has not been released.
The Texas Restaurant Association says alcohol sales have gone down over the last couple of years, and it's having a big impact on restaurant and bar industries. This decline falls in line with a recent Gallup poll that is released last August. According to the poll, the number of U.S. adults who say they consumed alcohol dropped to a record low. Bar owners say the decline is the result of people drinking more at home, as well as the higher cost of going out to eat. The Texas Restaurant Association says they're also seeing consumers shift towards non-alcoholic drinks. Well, candidates on both sides of the U.S. Senate primary race are in fierce battle to win their party's nomination for the general election.
On the Democratic ticket, State Representative James Tallarico is boasting strong fundraising numbers. He has announced that his campaign has raised more than $20 million. More than $7 million of that has been donated in the last 6 weeks. His campaign says 98% of the contributions were $100 or less.
Meanwhile, Tallarico's primary opponent, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, hasn't released her latest fundraising totals, but her December campaign finance report shows she raised $6.5 million since launching her campaign almost 3 months after Tallarico did.
And on the Republican side of the primary ballot, Senator John Cornyn leads in fundraising, followed by Attorney General Ken Paxton and then Congressman Wesley Hunt. Earlier this week, Senator Cornyn announced that he's holding a Get Out the Vote rally in Austin. It's scheduled for next Tuesday, the 17th. He'll be joined by his wife, Sandy, and former Texas Governor Rick Perry. It'll be Senator Cornyn's first of 10 events that he plans to host around the state leading up to primary election day.
Well, Tyler Junior College is asking voters to sign off on a major investment in the school's future. Trustees have called for a $167.3 million bond election. It's only going to be the fifth bond in the college's 100-year history and the first since 2012. If approved, the bond would fund 3 major projects on the Tyler Junior College campus, the largest one being a workforce and academic building. A new student success center and a student safety and IT center would house campus police and upgraded technology operations. That bond also includes funding for infrastructure, engineering equipment, and furnishing. Early voting runs from April 20th through the 28th, with Election Day on May 2nd.
Are you ready? Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and one couple has a lot to celebrate.
So much. This morning, we're introducing you to one Texas couple that's been married for nearly 70 years. That is a while. Adrian Alexander has what they say is the secret to a happy life.
Every Wednesday, 91-year-old Marilyn Ritchie and her husband, 90-year-old Bob Ritchie, spend their time at choir rehearsal at Grace Presbyterian Church in Temple.
We've sung in choirs since 1955.
But their story together began long before these weekly rehearsals.
We've been married for 69 years.
It began when these two first met in California.
We met in our backyards when we were 4.
After moving away for some time, the two later reconnected in college.
And I said, Todd, I got him later, who was that dark-headed girl? He said, well, that's Marilyn Lombard. And I said, I know her.
While Bob served in the military, they sent each other love letters across the seas.
Did I ask you to marry me by letter?
Yes, you did.
I thought I did.
I still have it.
It wasn't long before they married in 1956.
His sense of humor has gotten us through a lot of things, and he is very loving.
They tell other couples that it's communication, patience, and friendship that will keep you and your person strong together.
He is my best friend.
Yeah, we are both best friends.
And in August, they'll be celebrating their 70th wedding anniversary. But this Valentine's Day, the celebration of love is starting a little early.
I bought a little thing.
You bought something?
We
Oh
did.
my gosh, I bought a card.
Yeah, there, that worked.
A card will do.
That's perfect.
And
That's now I want to know what he got her.
Right, and she still has the letter from when he asked her to marry. I know Adriana, so I'll text her and let you know what that thing was.
What that gift was? I need to know.
Oh,
To be
man.
continued.
Well, speaking of love, we're just going to keep that flowing this morning. Breezy Johnson is bringing home plenty of hardware from the Olympics. She had an interesting final day of her Olympics in Milan. The bad news, she crashed out of her final event, the Super G, and just couldn't finish the race. The good news is, waiting for her at the bottom of the hill was her boyfriend, Connor Watkins. That frown turned upside down. He got down on one knee in the snow and popped the big question with a ring box engraved with the lyrics from Taylor Swift's song, The Alchemy. Breezy said yes. Johnson says it has always been her dream to get engaged at the Olympics. And there you go.
Dream come true.
Happened.
Forget a gold medal.
The race didn't end the way she wanted, but the race for love did.
It did.
did, wow.
And she finished that race.
Yeah, it's nice.
Who needs a gold medal, right? When you got a
Well,
diamond.
both would be nice,
A diamond
Both
ring.
would be nice.
It would. All right, well, sometimes Valentine's Day isn't about love. It's about letting off some steam. At Total Range ATL in Powder Springs, Dinah Holmes gives people a safe place to smash, hit, and vent their frustrations. You see, from broken hearts to the bad days at work, folks come in to release all of that anger. For some, there's even a unique Valentine's Day date, turning anger into a shared stress-relieving experience because, yeah, it can be an issue sometimes. Love it or hate it, Valentine's Day only comes once a year, but at this place, you can handle all the rage you want all year long.
Oh boy, I looked at it, and right as the bottle came at the camera, I flinched.
You got
I flinched at the bottle coming at the camera.
Oh man.
That's an interesting way to celebrate Valentine's Day. But
I do it. It's a
Yeah.
good couple bonding experience.
Okay. As
Instead of-
long as you're not mad at that person. Yeah.
well,
don't
maybe
get it.
you are, then you walk in mad together and walk out happy.
I just
Okay.
hope that you're madly in love.
Very good.
That too.
Love that.
There
See
we
that?
go.
All right, well, here is something that Drake fans can look forward to. McDonald's is teasing a special Drake meal, possibly landing February 17th, hint, hint. Posters have been seen in major cities featuring the golden arches alongside Drake's Ovo? I don't know.
Ovo Owl.
Ovo Owl, and the tagline, where the night owls land. I need to get cooler. Okay, McDonald's has a history of celebrity collaborations from Travis Scott to BTS, and Drake himself is a known fan, having been spotted grabbing burgers and fries and even serving them in LA and an after party. Fans are eagerly awaiting to see this meal and what it will include.
What do y'all think is going to be in it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a Big Mac?
Well, if he's eating sandwich, a hamburger, it's
It's
got to be
probably a
that,
burger.
right?
Yeah,
Probably-
I mean, that's what the Travis Scott was,
Yeah,
right?
probably a Big Mac. I'm guessing a basket of fries.
Okay,
Big Mac and something else. We'll see.
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
17th, it's not too far away.
Not too far away.
I'm
What isn't
hungry.
far away either is Valentine's Day, but it's going to be a rainy one.
Yeah, the weather's not really showing us much love, is it?
Not at
It's,
all.
well, it's tough. I would call it tough love because
tough love.
we need the rain, but the timing is bad. I mean, come on now. We definitely could use a little bit of rain, but again, the timing is not so good. Definitely would be a day to move your plans indoors if you haven't done so already. But at the moment, just a few clouds overhead and fog. That's going to be the two main concerns here. Or really the main concern is going to be the fog. And then you got the jet stream further to the north. Got some warm air just beneath that. And then we got this area of low pressure off to the west. That's that next system that'll be rushing its way across East Texas as we head into tomorrow with some heavy thunderstorms. All right, current visibilities, they are really starting to drop at this point. The fog starting to make its way into deep East Texas at this point. We were down to 0 mile visibilities in Palestine. Now we're down to less than a quarter. Now 3 mile visibilities in Crockett, down to a quarter in Lufkin. Basically going to be staying along and south of I-20 for the most part. We got that warm and moist air moving up to the north. And so the fog is starting to overspread some of deep East Texas at this point. So certainly make sure you are being very careful. Got some clouds overhead on our Roberts cam. Temperatures fairly comfortable across the area. Some places a little bit cooler than others. Got upper 40s middle 50s, even 60s on the board in some parts of the area. All of us will have a chance to get up to the upper 70s, even low 80s. We'll hang on to that cloud cover as well. Then a 100% chance of thunderstorms for tomorrow with highs near 68 and a weather impact alert in place. We'll go over all the details coming up in your full forecast when we come back.
All right, welcome back. 7:48 this morning. February is American Heart Month to raise awareness about cardiovascular health. It has a special meaning for a little boy who has a new heart after spending a year and a half in the hospital. Stephanie Stahl has his story.
11-year-old Colin Hummer reunited with Nettle, a facility dog at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
Let me hold the leash.
Nettle was an important distraction and comfort for Colin and his family while he was at CHOP for 530 days, being treated for complicated congenital heart defects.
It's a lot of trauma, and it's scary.
Colin's mom, Joy, says there were a variety of difficult complications, and ultimately, he needed a heart transplant.
There was a period of time that he wasn't even eligible for a heart transplant because he was so sick. And those were some of the hardest days of my life.
Colin ended up with a mechanical heart waiting for the transplant and was kept busy at the hospital until the new heart was found in October.
How's it feel? Good.
3 months after the transplant, his doctors are thrilled to see how well Colin is doing.
It's just an incredibly heartwarming and validating thing to see. We're very optimistic for lots of good news for him in the future.
You know, child life, the nurses, the staff just become part of your family.
When Colin was finally ready to leave CHOP's cardiac center, they had a send-off parade. Now adjusting to life with his new heart, Colin is focused on school and his passion.
I like to cook.
You like to cook? What's your favorite thing to make?
Well, tonight we're making artichoke crab dip.
He wants to be a chef when he grows up, looking forward to his second chance at life with a new heart. Stephanie Stahl, CBS News, Philadelphia.
What a precious Valentine right there. All right, Valentine's Day wouldn't be complete without candy or maybe some artichoke dip.
That'd be great.
I like what
I
he
would not
likes.
be mad.
All right, from heart-shaped chocolates to those sweet treats that they have in every color. Some go for the classic box of chocolates, others for gummy hearts, or just nostalgic candies that bring back childhood memories. What do you want? What do you guys want?
I want it all.
What are the MVPs?
Sweet tooth.
I want it all.
I want it. I want it.
And I don't want any
So,
of it.
yes.
So there you have
I got it.
Yes, that's right.
Brandon was saying cinnamon gummy hearts. I don't like cinnamon candy to begin with.
Yeah, I'm not a huge cinnamon guy.
Me neither.
Well, at least when it comes to candy.
candy.
I like
Then
that cinnamon
rolls.
disc thing, but I like one.
They're not good.
Or cinnamon Altoids. I like
the
those
ones you're
too.
thinking about are hot tamales.
What
the
about
red
these?
ones.
You like
Yes.
these, right? Chocolate covered cherries.
Oh, I love those.
I got you those for Christmas.
Yes, those are great. I
Yeah.
still have some.
You do still?
I've been trying to ration them.
It's a no for me.
because they're good.
It's a no for me.
There's another one. Lots of people are saying like the gummies or chocolates, the sweet tarts,
And millionaires.
as well. Those are all good. As a kid,
I'm sorry, millionaires?
Those little millionaires, they're like nougat kind of things.
Oh,
They come in
okay.
like a box. It says millionaires on them. I mean, I like to be a millionaire.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Don't we all?
Wouldn't we all? Yeah, exactly.
I know. As a kid, I don't know if y'all would, Joel, if you did this. your Valentine's Day cards. I'd give the ugliest one to the kid at in class.
I don't
for
even
Valentine's Day cards. I was like, this one doesn't look as pretty. I'm going to give it to the kid I don't like.
Oh, gee.
Sorry if that was you.
I did not do that. I did not
Sorry
do
if that was you.
You're probably a very, very nice child.
I was very nice.
No, I was talking about the other child.
No, I was very nice, but I was low-key mischievous, but.
A little. Can y'all tell?
A little bit.
Boy, oh
Not
boy.
me. I'm a bleeding heart. I want everybody to be happy at all times.
Well, everyone got a card at the end of the day. Maybe it wasn't the prettiest one.
All right, we're going to move on now from this. Let's talk a little bit of weather out there.
Yeah.
It is a little mischievous this weekend.
Yeah, I wish I could make people happy by saying it was going to be sunshine tomorrow, but unfortunately there's just not. But you know what? We can still have Valentine's Day plans inside, so that's still pretty good, right? Yeah, we definitely got a stormy Saturday up ahead. We got a weather impact alert in place. That's going to start at 9 a.m. and goes until 9 p.m. So basically an all-day rain event. It will really start to get going right around noon. We can't rule out maybe a couple showers just before that, but that main line will be moving through around noon tomorrow. So it's basically just a soaking rain. Could have some gusty winds in there as well. The severe chances are very, very low. Again, if you're heading out, make sure those windshield wipers are working, and also just make sure that those Valentine's Day plans are indoors for sure. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has us in a 1 out of 5 risk for severe thunderstorms, basically meaning 1 or 2 locations could get up to maybe 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, but that's going to be the main concern here. Not looking at any tornado risk. We're not looking at any hail risk. Certainly a flash flooding risk also is going to be a possibility, so we'll watch that very closely. But the occasional sprinkler too for today, broken clouds, 70s near 84 this afternoon. That wave comes in around noon on Saturday, basically knocking on our door around noon in some of our northwestern counties. It'll start to continue to make progress through East Texas around 3 o'clock. It'll be in our centralmost counties. We got Jefferson all the way to Palestine. At that point, it'll continue its track into deep East Texas by around dinner time. Some very heavy rain across some of our southern parts of the area. And then we got a secondary wave that'll be entering the area kind of at a weaker extent around 11 o'clock at night. And then by the time that moves away, we're going to be done with the rain for a while. So 50s as we start Sunday. We'll start out with clouds. We'll end up with some sun for the afternoon. Highs around 60 to 70 degrees. Rainfall potential, at least 1 to 2 inches of rain. That's some good beneficial rain. We definitely need it. It's not going to cure our drought, but it certainly will be helpful. So again, we'll start out the day with clouds, thunderstorms entering the area by the early afternoon, highs near 68. And then we are good to go from there. Highs in the 70s, near 80, with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies.
Thank you, Joel. We're about to step away for just a moment while we break into the over-the-air for our broadcast news update.
That's right. We'll be right back here on CBS 19+. Good morning, all. I'm Jesus Martinez.
And I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks so much for joining us for this news update. Smith County is mourning the loss of a trailblazing leader. Former Precinct 1 Judge Quincy Beavers Jr. has passed away. Beavers made history as the first African-American judge in Smith County, serving the community for nearly 3 decades. The office of current Precinct 1 Judge Derek Choice confirmed the news, calling Beavers a trailblazer whose legacy was defined by service, dedication, and leadership. In a statement, Choice said Beavers' impact will be felt for generations and offered prayers for comfort and strength for the Beavers family during this time of loss. Beavers resigned from his post in 2022 due to health concerns. Tyler Junior College is asking voters to approve a $167.3 million bond, the school's first since 2012. Now, if passed, it would fund a new workforce and academic building, a student success center, a campus safety and IT center. And the bond also covers infrastructure, equipment, and furnishings. Early voting is April 20th through the 28th, with Election Day on May the 2nd.
Well, an East Texas woman is being called a hero this morning after stepping in to help a man who collapsed on a Dallas sidewalk. Emma Dilly was riding around town Tuesday night with a friend when she spotted a man lying on that crosswalk. A bystander told her he had suffered an asthma attack and collapsed. When she checked for a pulse, it was faint and he wasn't breathing. And another person started doing CPR but quickly became overwhelmed. That's when Emma stepped in, relying on training she learned at Lindell High School.
I'm certified and licensed. I took all these classes in high school. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I do not think I would be as prepared as I was. But it really is a God thing that I was just happened to be driving around Highland Park and stopped at this red light, and I'm just glad that I was able to help him and keep his blood flowing until paramedics got there.
Well, Emma says the man was responsive whenever the paramedics took over.
Well, we want to check in with weather now because we have big changes coming this weekend.
Yeah, we sure do. We're starting to see a little bit more fog as we continue into the rest of this morning, and also some temperatures in the 50s and near 60 for some of us. 74 by noon, though. Mostly cloudy skies becoming cloudy altogether. That's the additional moisture coming in ahead of our next wave. We'll be up to about 78 degrees for the afternoon. Could see the occasional sprinkle or two, but otherwise I do think we're going to be pretty dry. We have a couple of broken clouds, but otherwise not looking too bad, pretty warm, just definitely a little bit on the gloomy side. 50s and 60s to start tomorrow morning. Our next wave of showers and thunderstorms will be moving through by the time we get to noon. It'll be in our central counties by around 3 o'clock, in deep East Texas by around dinner time. Very heavy thunderstorms with some flash flooding, maybe even some gusty winds in there as well, although that's going to be a little bit on a lower end chance there. And then we do have another wave that will be moving through as we head into Saturday evening, right around 11 o'clock at night. And then we are good to go as we head into Sunday afternoon. And beyond that, temperatures climb to the 80s.
All right, 8:02 this morning, a 6 lion took matters into his own flippers, not hands, his own flippers, hopping onto a family boat to get some help. The Miller family knew something was wrong when the frail pup climbed aboard, refused to leave, and even, fell asleep on their swim step. They called the rescuers, and they guided the boat to the harbor where the young sea lion was rushed to the Pacific Marine Mammal Center in Laguna Beach. Veterinarians say the malnourished pup had breathing issues and was dangerously underweight. And after weeks of antibiotics, fluids, and plenty of fishing, he's gained 6 pounds and is bouncing right back up. He is set to be released sometime mid-March. That's so nice.
How
What a cute little
smart
sea
was that
lion.
sea lion? He was
And
like, I need some help, and y'all are going to
too.
help me.
Very interesting.
Yeah, he was not afraid.
I've seen similar videos to that, but in those cases, those sea lions are jumping on the boats to get away from the sharks.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I've not seen that. I
yeah,
don't
there's
want
a couple
to.
I've seen.
That's scary.
So,
Because that means the sharks were also near the people.
they are. Yes,
that's
and
a Jaws
that's the
moment.
first thing that I thought of. I was like, no, thank you. But at
Yeah,
least the
no,
sea
thank
lion,
you.
he was sick, and now
It's a
he's better.
happy ending.
That's
It is.
great.
Very good.
Love it.
All right, one more check on that forecast.
That's right. Yeah, we got some 50s and 60s this morning. A little bit more cloud cover as we continue on through the day. We got a little bit of fog that we're working with today as well. Up to 78 degrees for the afternoon. Very, very mild for this time of year. Got a few clouds overhead, and again, you can see kind of the moisture streaming in there. A little bit of a haze out in the distance on our Roberts and Roberts cam. You're walking out the door with upper 40s to the north, even 46. The current temperature in Jefferson, 58 in Jacksonville, 61 in Palestine, 54 in Nacogdoches. Not looking too bad, but again, those visibilities, they are dropping across Deep East Texas, Palestine, and Lufkin down to half-mile visibilities and 2.5-mile visibilities in Crockett and Groveton. So if you're heading out across Deep East Texas, certainly make sure to leave with a little bit of extra time. Chance of rain tomorrow, 100%. Weather impact alert. Exactly. And we got some heavy thunderstorms, certainly a possibility, then 67 as we head into Sunday, then back up to the 70s and crossing the 80s as we head into the next week. Only chance of rain for Saturday.
Red for Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah, red. Yeah, sure. Sure. We'll go with that.
All right, y'all be careful out there this
For
weekend.
sure.
And thank you so much for continuing your day here with us on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. Don't forget to catch the noon show, also coming up right here.
Keep you here for the latest news and weather throughout the day. Have a great morning. A safe, happy the 13th. Well, not happy. You know what I
Friday
mean.
the 13th.
Friday the 13th
That's
and
what
a
it
good
is.
Valentine's Day. We'll see y'all back here on Monday.